Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode of Crafting with Class. Today, I have the Create 8 overview and review to share with you. So, I will be giving you a quick look at all the projects that we made for the 3 days, and I will be sharing my opinions and what I felt about the different components of Create 8. So, I hope you enjoy. Class 1 was the birthday festival. These are the dies that you receive for this class, and I would recommend this die set. I think it is beautiful and there's so many options. So I'll give you a quick peek at all the cards that we made for this. Now, I'm going to go kind of a little bit fast, not super fast, but I'm going to give you a quick look. But if you want to see a more slowed down view of all of these projects, then please check out the video for day 1 where I'll go a little bit slower than this. I also have a playlist for Create 8 that you can check out as well. So I wanted to start off by giving you kind of my golden comments about the event. I went last year, so I have last year's experience to compare to. For one, I thought this was a better paced event overall. The pacing was much better. One of the things that led to that was the instant replay was exactly as it probably should have been done. This is Class 2 Kirigami Christmas. These are the dies that come with it. So these are the rectangle Kirigami dies. And if I haven't mentioned it, these are all available on HSN and annagriffin.com, and you can purchase the dies or you can purchase the actual kit with the materials that were included. So you really are not missing out. And for the first time, she's also selling the PDF instructions, which I definitely recommend. It definitely helps me to get through the event, but I'll talk about that in a moment. So as I mentioned, the instant replay with Sarah was as probably as they had envisioned for it to go. And so when Anna was done demoing, then she would, have Sarah do the instant replay and do it again. And in Create 7, she kind of had already done it like most of the time. So there really wasn't an instant replay, but this time around she really did. So she waited, and so we got to, do it with her if we were falling a little bit behind. So I really appreciated that. As I mentioned, the PDFs are super helpful. It is what helps me to stay, not fall behind, as I mentioned, because I download the PDF as soon as they're posted. And then if I fall behind, then I can just look at the PDF and kind of go with that. So to me, they're super, super helpful. And then the hour in between each class, again, super helpful for getting into, either finishing the project or prepping for the next class, or, for my case, taking my dogs out to walk and feeding them. So it's super helpful to have that 1 hour in between. The other thing I really like is after each class, she does an inside the project box. And so she gives us inspiration for, even more projects at even more advanced levels, just to really inspire you to, do something amazing with the products. So I really enjoy that. The other thing I really liked this time is that she showed everything before the event. And I appreciated that, because if there's only like 2 things that, I want, I don't really want to sign up. I'd rather know exactly what I'm getting and have something to look forward to, and know that my money, my time, my energy is going to be spent on things that I'm looking forward to. So I did appreciate that. Now, those were my golden comments. So there's always room for improvement. And the things that I feel like if she were to ask me, before I do that, let me give you a peek at the album. So these are the dies, and I definitely think these are awesome. But remember that I didn't finish it because I messed up. I did them backwards or upside down or whatever the case may be. And I didn't know what I wanted to do with them. So I finished it. So here you're going to see the finished album. I decided to make a grandma brag book for my BFF. She had her first granddaughter. So I made this for her. So you're going to see how I was able to camouflage or hide those. I put these photo corners in there so that she can just slip the photo in there. So there's size for 4x6 photos. And then I left kind of the template so that she could trim the photos so they would pop right in. And then I did include some pockets and then some little tags and journaling things for her. She loves to write. And then as you can see, it says Abuelita on the tag at the bottom. And there's room for a picture on the other side. And here I'm going to include a quote about grandmas that I found that I liked. And then at the top is a die cut that says Amor, which is love. And then another little pocket with journaling tags. And that says grandma. And then a place for a picture. So that is how that side looks. But now here's where I messed up side. But as you can see, once I put the decorative elements, you can't really tell that the pages are upside down. So I left these all for photos. So I put little titles at the top, like Sweet Baby, Blessed Family, Dream and Love. So I liked how that ended up turning out. And with all of Anna's beautiful decorations. And then of course it stands up, and then you can put it, up for display and things like that. So I am so happy with how it finally turned out once I figured out what I wanted to do with it. And, yeah. So I hope you like the final product and how this project came out. The one thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to change out this ribbon. It's the one that we got for this project, but I think I'm going to switch it out. It doesn't seem like it might hold over time. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed. So as I was mentioning before, the things that I would, if she were to ask me, what would you recommend? And I think I would like for her to tell us exactly what to cut out. I think so much of how I fall behind is there's a lot of die cutting still. Like she sends us the videos to prep for the classes, but there's still a lot more to cut. So I would rather have everything pre-cut so that I can just focus on assembly or decorating or learning the techniques and not spending my time die cutting. So if she could send us like a PDF of like cut this many of this and this paper, like a couple weeks before the event, so we have everything die cut, then I think to me that would be super helpful. I also would love it if during the crop time, she would do a quick project with, one of the dies that we had for that day. She did that for one of the classes for Create 7, and it was so great. It was so cute. And so it'd be nice just as a bonus, to do another little quick, simple little project. I also have to say that Anna did a lot of the gluing herself this time. I think that was one of the complaints, or not complaints so much, but what people were saying, like, it's not the same when everything's already glued, all the adhesive is already put on there for you, as opposed to having to do it while creating. So this time around she actually did do a lot of the gluing herself, and I still fell behind. So but I thought that was very, very good. So my overall is that I really enjoyed this event. I think I enjoyed it more than I did last year, only because I think the projects were next level. I really enjoyed everything that we made. I still am not a huge fan of the kirigami. That didn't change my opinion. But one of the surprising things for me was the tags class. Like I wasn't really like feeling that class. Like as I mentioned, I'm not trying to do all that work for tags, but that little die set came in super, super handy. And so I was surprised that I was really going to get as much use as I have been from that tags die. That tags die is to me a definite great one to have. So if you didn't pick that one up, it's not too expensive. I would definitely recommend that one. And so that was kind of a surprise for me. I love the diorama cards that we made. Those are just fabulous. Of course, they are labor intensive, so it'll be just for very, very special occasions. But yeah, overall, I think the class was well paced, and there was a lot of improvements over last year. I really enjoyed my time. The only thing I didn't do was the crop during the evening. And that wasn't, a fault of Anna's or anything. I just didn't go because I was, trying to finish the projects and everything else. And they were quite elaborate. And there was, 9 complete different projects as opposed to last year where a couple were kind of merged because they were, more work. But yeah, so if would I go to Create 9? Definitely, if she did like she did this year where she kind of showed everything that you're getting, yeah, for sure. I think you get what you pay for. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, and for me, I have to save, but I think that this event is worth it. The materials, you get so much. Even though I embellished, as you can see, a lot, I have so much left over. So let me give you a sneak peek info on something that she talked about during Create. So she gave us a sneak peek of the auto ships for this year. So if you remember last year, it was the slimline auto ship. Well, this year, if you like flowers, you're going to love the auto ship in January. If you love easel cards, this one's going to call your name. And if you like shape cards, you're going to be all over this one. So I won't spoil it and say anything more, but I think that it is fabulous. I cannot wait. So definitely be ready for that January Anna Griffin anniversary and sign up for the auto ship. It's fab. As always, thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely crafternoon. Bye.